Good afternoon. We are standing by. There's a news conference at the White House. President Obama and German Chancellor Angela Merkel are speaking. Let's go live and listen in.
Welcome, Chancellor Merkel, to the White House. We had a very productive discussion in the Oval Office, and our meetings will continue this afternoon. Chancellor Merkel's visit is the latest chapter in the long partnership between our two countries. The service of our men and women in uniform who stood together through a long Cold War and who serve today in Afghanistan, the innovation of our entrepreneurs who help to sustain our economies, and the bonds of friendship and trust between our people, which are unbreakable. In recent months, I've come to appreciate these bonds through my partnership with Chancellor Merkel. We've worked closely together at the G20 summit in London, the NATO summit, and the EU-US summit in Prague. I value her wisdom and her candor, and I admire very much her leadership and her pragmatic approach to getting things done. She and the German people have welcomed me to Germany twice during the NATO summit and again this month in Dresden, and today I'm pleased to return the hospitality. Chancellor Merkel shares my belief that no single nation can meet the challenges of our time alone. Today we reaffirmed that the United States and Germany, one of our closest allies and an indispensable partner, will continue to play a leadership role across the range of challenges. We're building on the bold steps we took at the G20 summit by aggressively confronting the global economic crisis. I underscored our commitment to strengthening financial regulations, and I welcomed Chancellor Merkel's commitment to reform. As we prepare for the G8 summit in Italy and look ahead to the G20 summit in Pittsburgh, we agreed on the need to avoid protectionism and to embrace concerted collective action that creates sustainable growth and shared prosperity. I reiterated America's commitment to stand with Germany and lead in confronting the energy and climate change crisis. And let me say, Chancellor, that I've been very impressed by Germany's foresight and commitment to clean energy, which I saw in the many wind turbines as I traveled over the German landscape. And it's my hope that the United States will match that commitment today when our House of Representatives votes on a critical energy bill that will promote a new generation of clean, renewable energy in our country. The Chancellor and I discussed the tragic situation in Iran. Today we speak with one voice: the rights of the Iranian people to assemble, to speak freely, to have their voices heard. Those are universal aspirations. And their bravery in the face of brutality is a testament to their enduring pursuit of justice. The violence perpetrated against them is outrageous. Despite the government's efforts to keep the world from bearing witness to that violence, we see it and we condemn it. As I've said before, the Iranian people will be the ultimate judge of their government's actions. But if the Iranian government desires the respect of the international community, then it must respect the rights and heed the will of its people. The Iranian government also has other responsibilities. Working with Germany, our other European partners, as well as Russia and China, we're working to prevent Iran from developing a nuclear weapons capacity and unleashing a nuclear arms race in the Middle East. We will encourage Iran to take a path that respects international norms and leads to greater security and prosperity for the Iranian people. We also discussed the broader Middle East and the need for all parties to redouble their efforts to achieve lasting peace, including two states, Israel and a Palestinian state, living side by side in peace and security. And during our recent visit to Buchenwald, Chancellor Merkel spoke eloquently of Germany's everlasting responsibility to the safety and security of Israel. Going forward, Germany will remain a critical partner in our efforts to bring safety and security to Israelis, the Arab states, and Palestinians, who must reject violence and recognize Israel's right to exist. We agreed that confronting violent extremism and preventing terrorist attacks demands our continued commitment and a comprehensive strategy in Afghanistan and Pakistan. This includes dismantling and disrupting, defeating al-Qaeda and its allies. Germany has been a strong partner in the NATO mission in Afghanistan, and we honor those who serve there, including American and German soldiers who gave their lives there this week. As I prepared to visit Moscow, Chancellor Merkel and I reaffirmed our commitment to a more substantive relationship with Russia, working with the Russian government on issues where we agree and honestly confronting those areas where we disagree. In Moscow, we will continue to explore ways in which the United States and Russia can advance our common interests, including our joint commitment to reducing our nuclear arsenals and strengthening the global non-proliferation regime. Now, meeting these challenges will be neither quick nor easy, but I'm reminded of a lesson from my recent visit to Dresden. Chancellor Merkel took me to a timeless Baroque church devastated in the Second World War. And for decades it lay in ruin, a symbol of war. But thanks to the donations of Germans and Americans and people around the world, it was rebuilt and its glory was restored. Today it stands as a stunning symbol of what's possible when countries and friends work together. And in that spirit, I want to welcome my friend, Chancellor Merkel.
Ja, danke schön. Wir erinnern uns gerne und gut, und wenn ich sage wir, dann meine ich das ganze deutsche Volk, an den Besuch in Dresden und an den sehr bewegenden Besuch des amerikanischen Präsidenten im ehemaligen Konzentrationslager Buchenwald. Wir haben 60 Jahre Bundesrepublik Deutschland in diesem Jahr gefeiert, am 23. Mai. Und wir wissen, dass diese Bundesrepublik Deutschland nicht so geworden wäre.
We're more than aware of the fact that Germany would not stand as it stands today had not our American friends and partners helped us after the end of the Second World War. But we also know that now, in this 21st century, challenges cannot be met by just one nation going it alone. So we need to stand together, we need to do this together, and in this spirit we conducted our talks. We had a number of issues on our agenda today. I would like to underline that the Iranian people needs to be given the right to peaceful demonstrations, that the Iranian people has the right to have votes recounted, and the
All right, so there you hear an interesting translation of Angela Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany, thanking the President Barack Obama for visiting Germany a couple of months ago, and also basically repeating what the President said, which is that he and Angela Merkel both are in favor of stronger financial regulations. They both want to work against climate change, and both of them think the situation in Iran is bad. Very interesting meeting that they had there in the White House.